Hello, and welcome to the next race of the any percent tournament. I was about to say latest patch for some reason, probably because Eocampos is on funny latest patch version and racing against S2speed, who is racing on 1-1. And with me today is FF. Hi FF.
Hi, Club. Eh,
Why
Yeah,
is
I
it
mean,
the?
pretty.
Hmm?
No, I'm interested to see this race with the latest patch on the one side and 1-1 on the other one because we'll have like plenty of time to explain the differences between the two patches. That I mean, I think it's cool.
Definitely, but one more question: Why is it the funny latest patch version on Eocampos' side?
I mean, I think it's the version that you get from Xbox Pass or something. So if you got the game on Steam, you will never see 1580. The latest version that you have on Steam or GOG or whatever is 1578, except for the Xbox Game Pass thing on that gives you for some reason a different version. But I mean, it's basically the same as 1578.
And runners got counted down, so Ray should be starting any second now. I'm surprised that you know all the numbers that come after 1.5, because I only remember 1.5 all the time.
And it says it's 1578, 11833, I think. Should be it.
I don't know. Okay, runners are starting. The go came a few seconds ago, so I was confused if there was any holdups, but nope.
Okay.
Is the audio echoing? I don't know. I can't hear stream. Chat, are we echoing? Or is it only for Stripe? But yeah, you see, runners are loading in, and first obvious difference that we've seen a lot of times already is the early control in King's Pass, which we don't have on
Yeah.
latest patch, sadly. So already,
And that saves about 8 seconds. No, sorry, 6 seconds, something like that.
yeah, was between. God,
Okay,
so
so our streamer told us that uh, the pause is intentional. It's for syncing the two things. I think
whoa,
there's okay.
what
That was a
what
lot of
just happened?
text.
Okay, curious. Also, shoutouts to Emma for restreaming again and doing that on very little sleep from what we heard in VC and read in the chat. But yeah, I also always go with like 4 to 6 seconds on the King's of audio control, which is part of the big differences in time shift between the patches. And we will see the other ones later on as well, but it's not only the walking storage that is actually not that much.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, in early game, the biggest time save is the early controlling KP that is like 6 seconds, something like that. And well, and of course the easier inventory drops that we'll definitely see from S2 speed, but I assume Eocampos will try to go for the latest patch inventory drop that is slightly harder than the 1-1 in one.
Yeah,
So yeah,
which was you had, and yeah, you
road
stated it.
Brazos.
But I think the inventory of the 1-1 is not all too difficult, I would say, but what is more
Yep.
difficult on 1-1 though is the Aspid Arena because the timing's a bit weirder. And yeah, there we see double spike sadly failing on the one side and working for our campus. Love to see it.
Yeah, instead Eocampos having an easier time in the arena because the timing is a lot more lenient on latest patch.
Yeah. Then we
So I
also
must
have
say it's unfortunate for the runners, but the fact that they both got damaged by the same goal at the same time was, I don't know,
that's fun.
nice to see.
Definitely.
You don't see
And
a synced race.
yeah, slightly thing, but you can see between transitions the rough 6 seconds in difference so far from the early control and the inventory drop in the Grosser room. So was that your Pogo? Oh, one Centrifugal. Yay.
Yay.
And no deaths to Centrifugal, because I have never heard of anyone that would do that. Who would do that? I don't know if you would freeze. Anyways, but yeah. False Knight is the same thing on both patches, nothing. There should be happening, only difference is the husk placement in the arena.
Yeah, but it's nothing that like causes any time difference. Like it's all. I think it's only the jump RNG. If you get False Knight to jump above you or away from you, that's the only difference in time. And that doesn't depend on the patch. It's just RNG.
We love RNG. Big RNG check coming up in a second though. So, Campus will grab VS with a rough 3:49 latest patch split time. I think that would be a 3:41 on 1-1, as the split times on both patches are different. So we could just go when they jump into it, so that we have a rough estimate of how far our runs are apart. But yeah.
Fun fact: the difference in time is because Team Cherry changed when the game gives you Vengeful Spirit after eating during the animation, let's say, and that's because they tried to fix the mount skip, where you inventory drop on the spell and you get control and you can leave with the spell. They didn't manage to actually fix the mount skip, but at least they made it harder on latest patch.
If it's how that works. I mean, they also made inventory drops harder, but they still work.
Exactly. That's the average Team Cherry experience.
But yeah. So, both our runners are now heading throughout Mount, just going to our favorite enemy in the game, who has only brings us gifts like first bits. Love it.
Nice first bit. You love to see it.
Yeah.
Let's hope S2 will be just as lucky.
The Boulder will is just making up the time that Camus has spent on RNG checking the second Boulder, which Speed does not have to do because 1-1.
Yeah, another difference that we're seeing very soon is that S2 will one-shot. Ooh, taking the safety bench. I'm a great fan of that bench, so I love to see it.
Yeah.
So I was saying on 1-1, we'll see S2 going for the one-shot Baldur kill for the Baldur at the entrance of Green Pot, while EO will have to actually fight the second Baldur, and so he'll have another chance at better RNG.
No, but it's one the RNG everyone loves to see, which is double first bit, not losing the 50-50s. Wonderful to see, and there we see the fast kill. But will Speed hit the fireball? Oh, wonderful. But those
Runners
are
should be around 10 seconds apart now, with S2 while being behind on stream, actually being ahead of around 10 seconds on timer. But so they're still pretty close. 10 seconds are a couple of more extras, or
it's
one cycle
more
if you
extra,
mess
I
up
think.
Yeah, something like that. So
Roughly, I think long is this long attack. 6 to 8 seconds or so.
you're having a bit of a trouble with the fireball skips.
Yeah, Cabos does not
going
seem
for
to be too confident in their abilities, and both going for the Eric backup. So shoutouts to Eric for always helping us when we are stuck there. Interesting setup.
It was a rude Eric because Eric just attacked instantly, so as to had to improvise a backup, and I think he played it really well.
Yeah, and Cam's not even going for the second fireball skip, and instead going for the immediate acquaintance ascension, or whatever you want to call it.
Acquaintance Ascension is a name that I didn't know, but it's very good. I like it a lot.
It's wonderful. And Speed didn't need to do a play, just hit the Bible skip immediately. So, love to see it. But yeah, Acquaintance Ascension, Dude Pogo, Body Bounce, whatever you want to call it, all is valid. I just have preferences.
Nice double on the Moss Knights from S2. Now I think we'll see another patch difference where Io will do VFK, yeah. Because you need less Geo on latest patch. Well, you need the same Geo, but the enemies drop a bit more Geo, and so you only need VFK. While S2, yeah, S2 is going for Moss Knights that are a bit slower, but gives you a bit more Geo, and they make up for the difference that you get from the enemies. That you don't get from the enemies on 1-2-1 actually.
Yeah, I mean, it's not only that some enemies skip different amounts of Geo, but also you skip the Great Husk Sentry in City, which would be another 50-ish Geo, so...
Oh, true.
And with the Tigers in front of that, you get to a bit more than the Geo you would get from VFK, so... Just making up, like you explained it. As we see, Io now heading it, well, already fighting hard. Ooh, love the double. Right, yeah. Both runners fighting Hornet. There's a tiny difference in the fight on both patches, as on latest patch, Hornet needs 6 hits to stagger, whilst on 1-1 it's only 5 hits. So, fun fact if you didn't know that. Unless,
Yeah,
of course,
so
what?
Ooh, the stagger on the gate. You hate to see that.
I don't think I've ever seen that before. That's funny. I only know the Guston Hornet at the end of the fight.
Okay, we're good. S2 was on 1 HP. I was slightly scared, but he's fine.
I
He's
think
fine.
there was a reason we did not mention the HP counter.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
we don't want to curse the runners at all, as they're now heading towards one of my favorite splits, Mantis Claw, which is just movement and little to no RNG, basically.
Yeah, same. I really love the Mantis Claw split in, well, in any percent, but in most categories I play. Usually it's a very good split for me.
Why is it different for any percent?
No, it's just, I mean, I love it in most categories, but it's not always the same because, I mean,
Okay, that's what
fungal changes slightly bit depending on the category. You may have to do some
yeah, okay.
extra stuff.
I did not pay attention to when both runners picked up Crawl this time, so...
I think they are almost even on the timer now.
Okay, I'll just try to remember out of the cloth room 10:08 and whatever speed we'll have there. Okay. I'm in chat confirming it's 9:02 and 9:03, so Cam's actually
Yeah, okay.
being 1 second ahead now. So let's see, but what 5 skip will they do, if at all? Okay, they do one. E-Pogo, not 5 skip. Comfy Pogo setup.
No, we missed it. Unfortunate.
I think speed is 6 seconds ahead currently. Well, after leaving the cloth room, I think after the CrossFit it will be a bit more. A, because of the early control, and B, because of Camps having to take the scenic route, just giving us the opportunity to take in the wonderful scenery of Fungal.
Yeah, the so-called Mantis Safari. It was a nice E-Pogo, the so-called Boomer Pogo from S2. That despite being a boomer is absolutely very valid setup. So I mean, I think it's the easiest 1-2-1 setup.
Nice backup on Eo's side.
Yep.
And the Mantis being a bit rude to speed on the other side. The focus on that Mantis, sometimes it just works with 2, and sometimes it just does not want you to be nice. No!
Oh, that's very
No.
bad. The Mantis is not gonna eat him. Yeah,
Oh, you hate to see it.
that's a bit unfortunate.
But now we're heading towards a quote-unquote next boss fight, which is Grasmother. It's not a boss fight. Come on.
It is not. I mean, honestly, the cleanup is way harder than the boss, than the quote-unquote boss herself. So yeah,
I mean, it's hard in the sense of doing it fast.
yeah. I mean, it's not hard in the sense that you're scared of dying from the Grasser cleanup, but it's way harder to do it fast than the boss fight itself.
Yeah. But yeah, they're on the way. The runners, of course, are grabbing Crossroads Stag, as in this category it is important, because after leaving City, we will be coming back to first Dirtmouth to grab the Lantern, and then Stag to Crossroads to get into Peak later on. Now, Bonk, Root Jennifer.
Rude, Jennifer.
I think also Eo
Oh, yeah.
should be good in Geo for the run, unless some weird things happen, like missing a lot of Geo. And I don't know how the 1-2-1 Geo should look at this point.
I'm not sure either. Sorry,
Yeah.
but I mean, it should be fine.
Yeah.
At worst, you can just like kill some random enemies in CT. Usually, you can get like 30, 40 extra G in CT pretty easily.
Yeah. Also, unlucky cleanup with 3 brothers escaping on Eo's side, but nice fight out with the 3 that escaped their fate. And, 3 brothers on both sides escaped.
Yeah.
Oh, right,
Root
because
grabs.
drop Geo in this arena.
Yeah, that's a 1-2-1 only thing.
The frame perfect inventory damage tank on Eo's side to not take knockback. Which you know it's you hit the frame when the fancy border stays on the screen after.
Yeah, and that's our latest patch only thing. You can do so-called inventory knockback cancels on 1-2-1.
Superior patch damn.
Huh.
And 1352 blue leg entry on Eo's side. And in a few seconds we will also see the blue leg. Oh no, speed lag. We forgot that joke on the first part.
I mean, I won't regret forgetting that quote-unquote joke.
So our runners are roughly
Okay.
22 seconds apart right now. And there we see
You
the
got
first Walking
3
storage.
slash setup. Okay, nice walking storage.
Very nice.
Now
I
let's
think
do zooming through Blue Lake.
I mean, 1-2-1 runners are with using walking storage are just saying they don't like blue leg, which is one of the nicest areas in the entire game, in my opinion. There's no enemies you have to worry about. There's just Corn, Splash, nothing else. As EO is heading into Dreamgale.
Oh, splash, another splash, another splash, another splash,
Another
and so on for like 15 seconds.
I don't see the issue with that.
Okay, let's see if he gets a good Dreamplatz RNG.
So far it seems good.
Yep.
And we have S2speed saying flawless early game. I agree to that. There were no issues at all. Yep, flawless RNG. Love it.
Okay. Now let's,
And
now
another
let's do
difference.
entering doing Dreamplatz as well. We'll
Yeah.
see.
Another difference you might have spotted now that S2 decided to immediately dash off the platform and falling off the first one. Because for some reason that way the CR loads in faster than if you just wait. So that's a funny interaction in Dreamplats.
Yeah, and that's not true on latest patch because they decided to like shorten the timer before the seer appearance. So you don't do that on latest patch because it's just not faster on latest patch, but it is faster on 1.2.1.
Yeah. Damn it, I did not pay attention to your side for a second if they got seer skip. Damn it.
He missed it by very slightly. He was very
No.
close to the door when he woke up.
At least Speed got it, but on 1-to-1, that's another thing that's a bit easier. I actually don't know why it's easier, but it is easier on 1-to-1 to still dash out of the seer room with the early control whilst lying down and sleeping.
Oh, okay, yes, still missing the transition wall clean storage. Unfortunate, but it's not an easy trick by any means, so understandable.
The question is also always how much time will it actually save, and is that what matters in the end for find right? Why is Speed just?
I don't know. He was standing still also before in the X0 room. I'm not sure. Is he alright?
I don't know. I don't know if they are on controller or keyboard, and maybe the controller disconnected for a second. They had to grab a cable to maybe if it was wireless. But they're moving again. That's all that counts. And Campus is just heading to Spire now, and I say Campus is going for the Spire bench just in case.
Yeah, also with 3 HP, I think it's like
Oh yeah, that's
very, very reasonable in a race to get the Spire bench. Ooh, S2 is going for the
Ultra.
old King Station route.
Interesting.
Probably because probably for the safety bench. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty smart in a race too, because you can get the Spire bench on 1.2.1, but because of the lever skip, you never get close to it, so it's much slower. And if you want safety bench here, I'm not sure if you want a safety bench in city, maybe doing King Station may be actually faster. I'm not sure.
I doubt it because if I recall correctly, the switching the routes from grabbing the station seal to rafters was roughly 14 seconds. So
yeah, but that's if you do right side rafters. Maybe S2 goes for left side rafters, and then
I mean, even then it's still 8 seconds difference. So I would still think, and even accounting for if you then die, that is way easier faster if you come from a spire than from station.
I don't know. It's probably close because I can see going there, benching, and coming back to the dark lever thing, being something around 8 seconds.
Interesting. Oh wait, no, that was not that. I just forgot. But did we hit it? Yes. But we're also grabbing Firebench.
Okay, never mind. So everything I said is just doesn't matter.
And
Yeah, but I can see how this detour can take like 8 seconds. I'm not sure. It's possible that it's at least it's very close.
I mean, it could also just be maybe just in case something happens on the level skip, which is another big time step between the patches. Sometimes it goes stronger than before you spawn back in at Celubra's Hut, you'd rather spawn at a King Station.
Yeah, or maybe in the case of an incident in Gorgeous Husk room, no one would ever die in Gorgeous Husk in a race. But
No, definitely
just
not.
in case.
That's a god. I think we were the only person in the last 80% tournament that died there.
Yeah, me too. But anyway, we're seeing S2 starting watches and Eo already halfway through the fight. So we should start. You should stop yapping about Shroud.
Yeah. But nice triple hit in. Just killing the Watcher off screen. We love the longer VS range on 1-to-1. And now funny difference. The VS range is different. So far, very
Okay, you
jumpy
take
watchers on S2 side, I feel like.
you're
Another one.
taking a couple heals for safety.
You can never
Because
be
it
too
was,
safe on Watcher Knights.
yeah, it was on 1 HP, so he decided to take the safety, and I totally respect that.
And
As to finishing,
both are on the last pair. Oh, nice save. Ah, back roll. That was a brave heal. Just standing in the middle there. How are the Watchers still alive on Camp's side? That's what I'm wondering. Okay.
yeah, it's because I think it spent quite a bit of souls on healing, so
Okay.
that lost in a decent chunk of damage from all the BS.
And now leaving the room, there's a roughly 1.5 minute, I think it was 1:28 difference between the runners, so. And we're just taking the elevator up because it's nice and calm.
Yeah, I can see like you're taking this time to like chill down a bit after the fight. I mean, it's not a big deal, and definitely calming your nerves a bit before Crystal Peak may be a good idea instead of throwing the run because you want to save the 2 seconds on the climb.
Also, I think we might have had some confirmation on what happened on S2 side regarding the still standing, as he's saying his OBS crashed at some, or said it crashed, but
Yeah,
stream
but
was
apparently,
fine.
yeah,
So,
stream is working, so I'm confused.
yeah. But there we have one of the more difference between the patches. On 1-to-1 you can skip the Dreamer cutscenes, which is a lot of seconds saved between the patches again.
It's this. I think it's the single biggest time saving that between patches. It should be around 40 seconds of free time save that 1-to-1 has over latest patch, just because you can skip those cutscenes.
Yep. Luxury. Luxury one can dream of. Now, both are us heading out of Spire, talk to one of the best shopkeepers who's just gonna buy our seals that we bought, and then we have money
I
to
love
that.
that you tried the Dreamnail drop, and nice elevator squeeze. This is another 1.5 exclusive deck, I think. You can do that on 1.4, right?
No, you can't. But yeah. The old route. It's been a while since I've seen someone actually drop in from top into land room.
Yeah.
Go from the right. It's been a long time since I've seen that again. So, shouts to S2speed for bringing back memories.
Also, it's nice because now we've seen on S2 side the old route, and now instead we will see hopefully Rafter skip from EO, and so the newest 90%. Well, not the newest, but the newer 90% route.
We don't talk about the newest 80% route. Okay, no, we're just gonna go for elevator base backup. Not even playing around with the idea of left side route. Just
Yeah, if you go straight for the elevator, it's not much slower than left side rafters. It's like 4 or 5 seconds slower, something like that. So it's not that bad.
Not poking the sentry or the Rava to save us the time of walking around it. Oh god, I thought for a second they would fall. Oh, ho, 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 ho. But yeah, also heading to them, setting all the money. And okay, yeah. Speed is fully good on Geo for the rest of the run, unless he misses all of the Geo from both devoutes, or one devout depending on if he does devout or not. And Eocampos, how much do you need
Is
for default
I mean,
speed?
depending on whether it goes for devour. Wait, it can't go for devour ski
Oh
because
wait,
only
yeah,
moves on 1.5.
only
So it's,
RNG default skip out. Then you would be
yeah,
missing 7 geo.
yeah. So it's probably just not doing devour skip,
Likely.
and that's it.
But yeah. Now.
Our two runners are heading into Crystal Peak. Just one peak. It's one peak. Stress on the one peak.
It's the best split in the run. The split is peak.
I mean, the split is peak because it's the best split, so it's
Yeah,
peak.
peak is peak. I don't know what to say.
um,
Double look down for the fireball.
yeah, but jokes apart, yeah, peak is just movement. There are no bosses, very little interaction with enemies. It's mostly precise movement, and is usually a very good split to watch, but it's also a pretty hard split to do fast. So let's see what happens.
It's in the worst room of the split.
It's in
Hated
the
by
worst room
many.
of the run.
And clean though. No damage taken to the infected vengeflies.
You love to see it.
But yeah, that's one part of the RNG, because sometimes the infected vengeflies are a bit closer to you, so you might have to take a damage there. And then in the Gotham Cycle room, the enemies, I think sometimes are also the lots a bit of RNG.
Yeah, I think there is some RNG on the lasers.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah.
that's all the RNG there is. And Cap's just healing and resetting the room, so not being hunted by too many of the infected vengeflies.
Yeah, that's smart, I think, because if you mess up the cycle or the movement, you really risk
could
being
die.
bullied by. Yeah. Maybe not die, but you can easily take 3 damage in that room alone, and then you have to do the entirety of peak with 2 HP, which is very bad.
No, that's not fun.
Oh, getting sniped by the laser on S2 side there was very unlucky.
Yeah, no pokex on Campus side. I'm sad. But yeah, beat now. Almost finished, just has to drop a few meters now and then go to the final room and hopefully hit a C-dash cycle.
Yeah, making a safety heal, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's still enough salt for the fireball stall on the platform, so that one too.
So-called commodity fireball.
Yeah. And we do that fireball just so we can stall out the dash cooldown long enough so we don't have to go for a Martino fireball and dash into the spikes of the platform.
And fun fact, the Motatino fireball is lower than just going above, like landing on the platform, jumping on the platform above. It's just faster than a Motatino fireball. So like, why should you do a Motatino? Ooh, the Dream Rail drop, I love it.
You do it because it's funny.
Yeah, okay, but it's way harder and slower, so why?
Style points, I guess.
Fair.
Not much to say. If people do it and it's not necessarily faster, it's because it's style points.
That's true. Oh, you're missing
secondary
the
laser. But otherwise,
yeah.
clean peak from both of our runners. Heading into probably one of the more hated splits being Umu. And
Our favorite boss in the run. Everyone loves the giant jellyfish.
We love the jelly. Yeah. Umu is certainly a boss of all time. Just either you get a good pattern in a short, long pattern on the first cycle, or you get extremely unlucky and have long, short, long, including the extra attack there.
Oh, that's close to being sniped by the exploding Guma core.
That was
very close.
I assume Speed is gonna take the safety badge in archives.
Yeah, nice safety bench.
Also nice.
Also,
top lane.
apparently both our runners are very ahead of their comparisons, which is
35 is insane.
yeah. 25 is like 34,
35 would have been 33 paid.
even a 33. Oh, okay. Never mind. Sorry. So okay, never mind. S2 is behind. It's behind comparison. It's just Eo that is ahead. Which I mean, I can see that because Eo is around 30 minutes into Umu. That is definitely on pace for a time that is way faster than 48.
Yeah.
So
Very clean run so far.
yeah.
And the damage rotation on the first cycle for
Okay.
but sadly missed one
yeah,
fireball
one
on the
fire.
first cycle.
So yeah, there's one tier 2 cycle, but should be a easy 3 cycle, hopefully.
Camp is also now starting the fight. Is it the true cycle
Okay, the
setup?
lure looks good. Right, we should mention that the two runners are doing completely different setups, and that's a patch difference. You can't do the 1-2-1. Ooh, that was close, but S2 got a 3 cycle.
Very nice. But yeah.
So yeah, I was saying you can do the 1-2-1 setup on latest patch and vice versa because Umu behaves differently on the two patches, so you have different setups for the two patches, two cycles.
The difference being is mainly that Umo does not get stuck in the middle platform as it does on 1-1 and instead extra. I think
To
it's
see.
extra, right?
I don't know. I was watching a bit of S2 and I don't know.
It should be a bit of an unfortunate damage rotation on Eocampos' side, but I think it should still be 3 cyclable, but could be
It's tied.
close.
Also because is low
Another
on
extra.
soul.
Yeah, but also another extra does not have that. And we just walk off to center room. It's full
Yeah.
cycle.
Yeah, it was too low on soul at the beginning of the cycle,
Yeah.
so that's pretty bad. But
But
should be a 4 cycle, hopefully.
we now have S2 heading out of archives. 2 more fireballs, I think. Called it.
Okay, nice.
Tiny shake off in the big room. Now go to one of the more difficult skips in any percent, probably the most difficult skip in any percent, being the Queen's Garden acid skip. And that's a very curious escape on S2's side.
That's a very scary escape. I guess he
That
will
will
take
not work.
the. Yeah, he's going for the safety bench because you don't wanna enter a Queen's Garden on 3 HP already. Assuming a first strike UGA, which is
Yeah.
not a given by any means.
And he was apparently roughly 1.5 minutes ahead of comparison, so that's good to see. Even with that unfortunate and but it's a bit low, yeah. Sadly,
Ooh.
yeah. Queen's Gun acid skip is a very precise, that's also low. Very
Yeah, this
precise
was.
acid skip as you have a few pixels where you are actually not in the acid and I hope speed.
That's unfortunate. But luckily he got the bench in archives,
Yeah.
so it's not that bad. He doesn't have to climb the big room again.
Yeah. Also, I'm not sure if that last one was actually intentional because gathering soul for retries would actually probably be slower than just sea dashing into the Uma.
I think at that point you can just save and quit. That should be faster than
Yeah,
dying.
you could.
Well, not sure actually. I mean, on Switch it is not, but on PC I
Don't
think
talk
it's
about Switch,
faster.
but okay.
Okay.
That is good. Wonderful.
Okay, nice.
Now,
Nice QGA.
and in a bit we will see one other difference between the ones in Petra Arena. Oh wait, no, also this already is a difference. On
These
1-2-1
guys,
is
yeah.
spiked on the wrong layer, so you can't get hit by them no matter what.
Yeah, exactly. The spiny ass, they're called something like that. Their spikes just can't hit you. On 1-2-1 just can't hit you. That's as easy as that.
Yeah. But what I was wanting to say was the Petra Arena is a bit easier on 1-2-1 as the Petra health is only 40 and not 45, so actually just one double is enough to kill a Petra. As on 1-5 it's sadly more than that. And yeah, it's also going
Okay.
for QGA. Wonderful.
So on level 1-1 you have this nice Thorn Warp where you hit the thorns, but then you get hazard respawn below near the lever. They fixed this on latest patch, so you can't do that on latest patch. Ooh, you're having a bit of troubles with... Did you bench in archives?
Pretty sure, yes.
Okay.
But yeah, as you mentioned, QJ is not the easiest skip, while many runners prefer to go through deepness instead.
Including myself, by the way.
Ah, there we have to quit out. But yeah.
Yeah,
Deepness,
for the heal.
I think it was roughly 40 seconds slower than doing QGA. Unless, of course, you are on the
Something like that, yeah.
unless you are on the superior latest patch, which is 1.4, where you can do funny Sportstrom shenanigans. Which then
Yeah,
just...
that's me exactly. But yeah, the movement should be around 40 seconds lower. Going through deepness.
Which we will now be seeing on EO's side. Because it probably is just a bit safer as well than trying QJ for another minute or so. So we get the deepness tour, which is also lovely.
I respect the try. He wanted to try QGA because yeah, it's faster, but after that he chose the safer option to go for deepness. I can totally understand that. As I already mentioned, I don't do QGA myself, so
it is understandable. And yeah, we have S2speed now heading into dance, sitting on the trap bench, and I think going for the audio glitch, if that should also be a thing on 1-2-1, where the music does not change after spawning in, and you keep the bench music. Oh,
hey, nice devout skip.
Taking the heals now, which is very fair, cause then though in itself there are not many things you have to actually fight. Still an area where you can take a lot of damage in quick succession. Just
Because of
these two walls, for example.
spiders.
Yeah. The worst is getting comboed by, I think
This
that
is the Jord.
Spider's Parker. What's this Parker?
Parker is the wombo combo one, yeah. And okay, got past the annoying spiders, and now is...
Did not save the grub. I'm mad.
Oh, I'm sorry, this invalidates his run. Io is the winner. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to announce it.
I agree. Also, you're taking the safety bench in the spring just in case anything happens in deepness, because it is still deepness, and yeah. Everything that applies
honestly,
to deepness applies to deepness.
Yeah, honestly, deepness is easier than QG. Like the movement through deepness is easier than QG, but of course, something can always go wrong there. So it's better just to take one extra safety than regret it later.
There's going to be no comparison to the run because there was no split, so mystery run until we get to trap bench, maybe. It will be fine for CPB as Astro has spread out through the right side, since On Watch the one, the default still respawns on the left side of Hera. Ooh,
Ooh,
good.
ooh, that was very scary actually.
Yeah, could have. I mean, you would not lose too much time there, but it's still very unfortunate if
Okay, yeah,
you would die to that devout.
yeah,
Just the root
and also
breaker
taking the bench because
killing.
if S2 didn't take the bench, he would carry the 2 damage into THK, and I mean,
You
of
can
course you
still
can do
bench in
THK on
dirt
3
now
HP, but
and in
I think
the
it's
Psychic Temple.
I think it's slow. Not sure if it's slower. I don't know, but
This
still
one
you
is probably the fastest, but
yeah, and you don't want to do THK on 3 HP. I mean, of course you can, but you don't want to.
true. But yeah, now heading back to that one for one last time on S2 side. Oh, and maybe not the last time, maybe after the run S2 space and talks to Elderbug. Who knows? And you now arrived in what's it called? Beast.
Beast then, yeah. I don't think we'll see Dewowski because he can't do that on 1.5. So yeah,
The only devout skip you can do on 1.5 is the one if the devout decides to back up, like there,
yeah.
then you can jump over it. But otherwise, there's no devout skip on 1.5, except with Shade Cloak and I think Deduct as
Hmm.
well.
No, I, maybe I'm not sure.
Anyways,
Anyway,
take Hollow These in
all
chat
time to
or pause these
exactly,
or
or these
S2
or
and
hollow dizzying caps or whatever kind of D you want, and anything works.
as long as it
And let's
stands, then we're fine with it.
yeah, and let's hope for unfortunate fall.
I might not be. I think that might have been intended just in case the
Oh, to
last
get the
devout
shortcut.
wrong. Exactly.
Ooh, that's actually interesting. Okay,
Well,
you're saving the grab. You love to see it.
anyways, S2 now heading onto the THK fight, so
Let's
I
hope
might be a
for
bit focused there.
yeah, let's hope for very little berries and lots of dash attacks. You love to see it.
One,
Also nice double there.
two. Oh, that's what you don't want to see. A stagger on the dash attack.
Yeah, but still is playing. I mean,
Very nice.
he knows his way around the fight because he's getting all the doubles there. So, I mean,
Hmm.
that's very good.
So far, only 3 parries.
And I think he got 3 or 4 doubles on dash attacks.
Yeah.
So that's very good actually.
I think. Except for the stagger one, he hit every double, so. And second to last phase just healing back to full as Eo is collecting the last stream as well. The one attack you don't want to see bounces. That's what
This
you
is
want
the
to
one
see.
attack you do wanna see
You love a good
because
found.
this is a lot of damage.
Yeah,
I
okay.
think this is scream. Nice
And
scream
scream
skip.
skip. Woo! Very nice and clean
Nice
fight
scream skip.
for
Yeah.
S2. And only 4 parries in the entire fight, so that's good.
And GG.
GG to
GG.
S2. Should be roughly very close to the exact 39,
54.
I think.
Yeah, it should be 54, I think.
Wonderful. So Eo on probably still on PvP pace, which if you look at the time, and I think the remaining 2 splits are roughly a bit more than 3 minutes together. So well,
Yeah,
4 minutes
so
I
it's
think, 1 plus 1.
definitely, yeah, it's 45 is possible. And I mean, if he manages to get a THK first try, is PB is very likely.
Yeah, definitely. So
But another one last patch difference on latest patch, THK is harder because the wind ups of their attacks are shorter. Well, not of all of them, but for some of them, the wind ups are shorter, and so the fight is harder on latest patch.
and pillars do 2 masks of damage instead of only 1.
True that as well.
So, yeah.
So time for holidays again.
Yeah, more holidays, hosties, hollow please, holiday caps. Is there Hornady in the community enabled? I don't know. Yes, Hornet Dance is also enabled, so spam in chat for EOS there now. Heading into the Unchained phase of THK. And no, maybe that we sadly still don't have a Cowdy.
The main
One day.
cow.
The main cow. But yeah, let's see what will happen in the fight. Fight starts. With a dash tag and not enough soul. The classic.
Yeah.
Another dash, but bit high. A lot of dash attacks. That's good. But one. I'm just gonna count parries again because parries are rude. I'm scared to say anything. Ooh, first attack of the
Yeah.
technical second phase, so maybe skipping the first
Ooh, a
screen?
parry.
Or did I miss the... Oh god. Never mind, there's the screen.
Scream. Yeah.
Lunging, the worst attack. No!
No.
We shouldn't have said anything about the first try THK. But still,
Sorry,
it should be
it's,
very
it's my
playable.
fault.
Because we still are 4 minutes ahead of PB and... THK,
Yeah.
I say like 220 if you don't all of the doubles or something. So, on latest patch.
Yeah. I mean, a 3-minute THK is definitely doable.
Yeah,
Like even if you take it easy, even take it slowly, and so on. So PB is still very much possible.
yeah, definitely. Also, yeah, just calling out the comms girls. Damn. But we are on the first stream again. Love to see it. And Stagger. So this time we have the time to heal.
Nice. Ooh, that was an unfortunate teleport. THK just dodging the fireball there. Ooh, that was yeah.
Not Paris this time though, sadly. Nice Stagger. Okay. Speed, please don't. And speed is space and heads to Dirtmouth. No Myla
And those
murder
two.
today.
Elderbug.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, nice double.
Just a stand up. Oh no, we're murdering the Gravekeeper. Never mind.
And then talking to Elderbug? No. Sad.
No! It's got the full murder spree. We're going for the Gravekeeper's
Anyway,
gold.
we are at self-stab on Neo's side, so that's good because he can heal to full HP and is halfway through the fight, even more.
Back immediately though. But only 2 bounces unless I can't count, which is very well possible because I lost count of parries.
Ooh, that was close to triggering the parry. But luckily. Okay.
Yeah. A lot of steps. Time to heal.
Okay. Nice. Nice heal.
Left, another 9 bounce. And there's the fountain.
Fountain, yes.
And it's actually funny that you are the safest to the fountain on the fountain attack if you stay close to THK and don't try to run away. And there's the scream, so...
That's the last scream, so we're very close to finishing, and this is very much close to a PB. Okay, taking a safety heal. Yeah.
This should be
Unless he dies, this is
I
definitely
don't
a set.
think he will die. The only way I could have imagined if that, yeah.
Okay, this should be low, like 47-20, something like that.
Yeah.
So GG.
GG to EO as well. GG's on the PB already. And I don't know what speed is. Wait, no, don't tell me speed is going for the key to go into Marissa to dream near Marissa.
Chat is talking about Marissa, yeah.
Oh no, 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 no. Yes,
But unfortunately, we won't have time because now it's the race is over.
the race is over. We're checking if the runners are interested to join the Boy Scout for an interview in a bit. And so maybe our runners will join us in a second, maybe they won't. We will wait a bit whilst, yep, Speed is picking up a simple key. And you, okay, no, it's a 23. Never mind. Thought it would be a bit higher. So just waiting a bit. And then chat, if you have any questions, get them ready so
Yeah.
we can ask them for the runners. And yeah, person is there. Let's see. One of our. No, don't do it.
Okay.
Both of our runners are in waiting. There we go.
Oops.
GG on the run and
GG on the run and on the PB.
on the
Hello?
GG.
Can you hear me?
We can
Yes.
hear, yes.
Thanks for the GG. Good luck. I mean good luck. I mean GG speed. Good run.
Elevator.
Hello everyone.
Yeah, GG's.
Before we go to the run, S2speed, please don't do what everyone's going to
Don't
think you're doing.
don't please.
Why not?
He's innocent. Anyways, so first off, do you have any thing to say about your own runs, Speed, if you want to start as the winner of the race?
Yeah, it didn't start off that well. Like, I was about to die to Hornet. The early game wasn't that fast. And then yeah, my OBS said it crashed like before entering city, so I was checking that and I was worried. But apparently my stream was fine. Then I saw the gap wasn't that big and I got nervous, but the rest went kind of well. I mean, I died at QJ, but that's expected.
Was the last dunk there intentional to die, or was it just an accident?
Wait, that's QGA?
Yeah, when you
Yeah.
died.
I mean, I binged, so I was like, it's not that big of a time loss, and my health would go back. So I was like, I was fine with this.
Yeah, definitely. But so that was certainly, as you said, the Hornet. Scary to see. We purposely did not mention your HP during the fight because we were scared we would curse that as well.
Yeah.
As we did another thing, FF.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
But yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any thought on the run? Also on I mean the fact that you got a PB, that very, very cool. So yeah, what's your thoughts on the run?
Yeah, it could have been more. I mean, I could have less forced error, like the last run. But anyway, it was an unofficial PV. QGA is still a little bit tough for me, but I know I can get it eventually. So don't worry.
Yeah, I definitely respect the choice of trying QGA, but then after a few attempts going for deepness, because yeah, in a race it's bad to
Yeah,
get stuck on QGA.
nice fallback.
Yeah. Goddamn Speed.
Okay, I'll be honest. Like, she was so loud, and I couldn't hear you that well. I feel like sometimes you talk to me and I just didn't hear, so I was like, yeah, let's just kill her.
How dare one kill Marissa? That's impossible. But I mean, we had from both of you, I think both of you had multiple goals in the runs at some point, so GG's on that as well. Love to see a gold in a race. Love to see a race be, of course, even more, but
I think I got a gold on Crystal Dash,
Very
and I sub 42 my sum of best. That was a goal I had last night. I get it.
Nice.
I got it now. Yeah.
congrats.
GG.
Thank you.
Speed, did you get any goals in the run?
Yeah, I golded Arrow, which didn't feel that fast to be honest, but like my gold wasn't that good either, so and I golded THK, which
Yep.
I think that made sense.
Yeah,
Your THK
your
was
THK
very
fight was
nice.
very nice. Yeah, you got lots of doubles. I mean, you played very well around these dashes. You got lucky with the parries. You got, like you said, 4 parries club. So that's, you got both good RNG and good execution. So it makes sense that you got a gold there.
Yeah, the orange definitely helped.
I also don't have any more questions. I don't know if FF has any more, or if the runners have questions towards each other. Chat also.
I don't have any question.
No. Cut the feed. Cut the feed. Also, we in dirt mouth. But
Okay, I was actually not going to do it, but Amber told me to do it, so
no, don't. Be reasonable. You already killed enough. Well,
I
can
should
you kill something
say
that's already
I
dead?
should say sorry. I should say thank you for the organization coordination. Thank you, Skate and Amber on the restream, and you guys obviously. GG Speed.
GG's.
GG's. And
GG's.
yeah, I think we might have to actually. We are going to be held hostage and here for a few more seconds. Because Amber apparently endorses Myla murder. How dare you? Get killed by her.
What was? I think someone got killed by, like, intentionally died to Myla, like maybe yesterday during the tournament.
Get parried.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it
it was
was Timber.
Timber. Yeah, thanks Amber. It was definitely Timber.
Timber here. But yeah, with that,